Hello, this is Leah Spinrad. I'm in a kind of a weird space because I'm on vacation and this room is odd, but perfect spot for a reading. It's a little echoey. So this is our reading for, wow, that feels very loud. This is our reading for the week of April 23rd. I should really look at calendars before I start talking. So this is going to be for Saturday. This should release around 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is our collective reading for how we're going to take care of ourselves and our homes for the week ahead. Do one card for community care, how we might engage with politics, how we are dealing with the world around us, a card for our families and homes and how we're going to handle and take care of that, and then just for ourselves and how we're going to do some self care. So we're going to start with that outside circle reading. Oh, guys. Sword of Healing. I feel like we could all really use this. So the Sword of Healing is a very powerful card. All of the swords are action cards. So we're being given the Sword of Healing. You can see it looks kind of like the sword from the lake, from the Lady of the Lake that was given to Arthur. So essentially, when I see this card, I feel like we're being handed the Sword of Healing to wield, right? It's not just going to work on its own. This is being handed to you, and you need to take it and do the work. And it has the snakes for medicine. So it could be an actual physical type of healing, but it also could be a more of an esoteric thing. So for us in our engagement with the world at large, I believe this is for us to say, hey, what am I doing outside of myself? And how is this going to facilitate healing? So pausing on social media or in conversation with the world at large and saying, is this facilitating healing or is this facilitating more harm or neutrality? This is showing us that healing's possible, which is great. And there's the responsibility to like make it work, right? It's very surgical, so it's very precise. It's not like a card that's like a blanket. This is very much heal this, heal that, focus with a precision, like blade, on what you're working to heal. So in your community, um, this could be helping somebody with a medical need. This could be, um, just knowing that there needs to be a volunteer in this one area. Go ahead and do it, and that's going to have a ripple effect, like the water rippling out for our homes and families. We got Julio. So this is a diamond, so we got water, and then we've got diamonds, which is fire. King Leo is a very one-sided guy, but he's extremely strong. So he's a king. What he says goes. He keeps part of himself private. So I think we may have gotten this card in the past in more of like a public facing place where it's like, hey, you don't have to share everything with the world. This is saying, um, not necessarily that you don't need to share everything with your family, but not everything going on needs deep discussion. Some things can just exist without a lot of staring at them. That sounds funny coming from me because I'm always like, look at all the stuff, admit what's there. But this is saying, hey, we can move forward without necessarily dissecting every single problem to the end of it, to the nth degree, right? He's a very strong king. You can make, with this card in your family and home, you can make some big decisions. Um, you should certainly take everybody into account when you do that and do this things kindly. But it doesn't all need to be a debate, and not everything is delicate. Does that make sense? Sometimes trying to reach for a metaphor, like if you have too many clothes and your closet's bursting, you need to just get rid of some clothes. It's very cut and dry. Like you can't have more clothes than fit. That's this kind of energy. It's like you have to do the things that make sense. And sometimes it's not what you want to do. And sometimes it's not fun. A lot of times it's not fun. But it just has to get done. And so this is the card for making those decisions and making those pushes in your family to be like, we're going to do this. Or somebody else in your family might be leading the charge and you're just supporting them. Like we have to bring in a mold inspector. We just have to. That's what's going to happen. So this is a very action oriented, similar to the sort of healing. It's very much like what can you do? What's happening now? These are very active cards. And then just for the self, maybe we'll get something nice to temper the activeness. Yeah. We have another king. This is the king of clubs, soul. He is very intelligent. He brings his thoughts forward. We had this card in our community slot recently. It might have been last week. He is saying, use your intellect, use what you know, lean on your knowledge, and connect with your emotions. The thing I like the most about the healing card here is this is also very emotional. So we have two kings that are not emotional kings. He's not harsh like the King of Spades. He's not harsh, but he is direct. And he is almost disconnected from reality. Sometimes he can just be like off in his imaginary world, like somebody who's just reads all the time and they don't necessarily apply that knowledge. So this through line, what I'm seeing is take that internal knowledge, and there's a little more message coming through that I'm gonna come back to, but take that internal knowledge, take the things that you know, use them to move forward in a direct way that can affect healing change in some small way. The other thing I'm getting here is a little bit of escapism. Like give yourself a little break, read something fun, you know, read a lovely little book or watch a sweet movie, something positive, something uplifting. Just take a break from everything going on outside. Like really sink into it. So that is the reading for this week. I'll see you next week back in my non-echoey, not leather chair. It is kind of funny that it's a similar shape though. I was trying to do this outside and I like could not find a place to be. So that's your reading for this week. I hope you have a great week. You can find me over at Substack, in Instagram, and here on YouTube. And I will continue to expand on some of these themes in the coming week. And I'll talk to you soon.